Twitter stock is up after they posted their fastest revenue growth since 2014. On Thursday, Twitter announced Q2 earnings that came in much stronger than expected. On Friday, the stock was up 4% and is up 10% since the beginning of the week. Their market cap is now $57 billion, nearing its all-time high of over $60 billion, which they hit back in February of 2021. Coincidentally, that's another Prof G short. Q2 revenue was $1.19 billion, which was 74% year-over-year growth, the largest year-over-year growth since 2014. Twitter's year-over-year profitability also increased dramatically as they turned a $1.38 billion loss in Q2 of 2020 to a $65 million profit in Q2 of 2021. That is the playbook in Silicon Valley, which is you invest, and people say, oh, you're money losing. And then at a certain point, the business is so strong, the foundation is there, and the growth is there, and then you flip over into profitability, and then everybody is, whoa, now we should buy the stock. We've seen this over and over again, Amazon being the canonical example. And let's not forget Prof G, woof, woof, the dog. Prof G, a grown man on testosterone shots who calls himself the big dog, called for Jack Dorsey's firing back in November of 2020. Check out this 50-second clip.
Let me start with the last part. The change of role, he should be fired. Any board that lets a part, this is a big company with thousands of employees that plays an important role in the discourse of society. And about 1 p.m. every day, he pieces out and he goes to another firm. I'm on the board of several, or been on the board of several public companies, and I've never met an individual who can manage a company like this part-time. So unless there's some superpowers we're not aware of, I think it's just starting right there. The fact that he's a part-time CEO and 89% of his wealth is tied up in his afternoon job renders him totally incapable of providing the attention and leadership that this company needs. And distinct of the regulatory conversation, I think just think if you look at product innovation, Twitter looks scarily 2015. So I just don't, the role for Jack Dorsey is for him to declare victory and leave and be kicked upstairs to chairman.
Okay, so there you have it, a Prof G call. And since then, Twitter, you guessed it, is up 80%. Thanks, Prof G, for all the profits. If Prof G gives you a prediction, do yourself a favor, fade that, take the other side of the bet, and you're going to print money. And congratulations to Twitter on their enormous success. And everybody else who Prof G dunks on. Congratulations on proving him wrong, which is pretty easy to do. And it's also worth noting that Q2 2020 was the hardest hit due to the COVID advertiser panic. Since the start of 2021, Twitter has introduced Spaces, Twitter Blue, its first subscription service. That's $3 a month. Their tip jar, and they're rolling out Super Follows soon, which will act as like a Patreon, OnlyFans like membership, where you give content just to that group of people. And obviously, Patreon and OnlyFans were largely built off of people's Twitter and Instagram followings. So now it's as if those businesses are going to basically be built into Twitter. And OnlyFans is for adult content. So if those adult kind of folks or models, whatever you put them into in terms of descriptors, they don't need to have an OnlyFans or Patreon. They could just do it all on Twitter. It's going to be pretty interesting. So the big lesson here from both companies is product velocity gets new users, increased revenue. It's really that simple, folks. I talk to the founders I invest in all the time. Keep iterating, keep coming up with new ideas, keep making your existing products better, keep delighting your users, the revenue will come. And Snap and Twitter were stagnant for years. They were sideways, trying to figure it out. Don't give up. Go public and keep grinding. This is why I was a little disappointed that Slack sold to Salesforce. I would have liked to see them just keep grinding it out, even if they're sideways. Just keep fighting. Sometimes people want to cash their chips in, I guess. Jack Dorsey, who is, turns out, a great leader. Both of his companies, Square and Twitter, which Prof G derided for years, are absolutely crushing it. So here's Jack's quote. As we enter the second half of 2021, we are shipping more, learning faster, and hiring remarkable talent. For example, our increased shipping cadence contributed to reaching 206 million average monetizable DAUs, monthly DAUs, in Q2, up 11% year over year and 3% quarter over quarter. There's a tremendous opportunity to get the whole world to use Twitter. And I agree with him. And I think it's possible. Not counting the after hours move, Twitter shares are up more than 30% since the start of 2021, which is almost double the S&P 500, which is up 16% in the same time period. Twitter's ad business just boomed in Q2. It was up 87% year over year to 1 billion. And total ad engagement was up 32%. That's people clicking on the ads, commenting on them, etc. I think what we're seeing here is Twitter got its groove back on the product basis, and haters like Prof G, who have produced nothing in the world but hate and trying to do sound bites and be clever, they don't matter. They don't matter. They're just haters. What matters is the people who build, and the people who build are more important in the world than the critics, even if the critics get a little too much attention from time to time. Okay, healthy and happy employees create successful companies, and that's a fact. Calm for Business can help your employees be their best selves at work, and you can partner with the #1 mental fitness app to provide support and tools for your employees. Calm can kickstart mental well-being initiatives by empowering employees to stress less, rest better, and build resilience. Calm has an entire library of content specifically designed for the workplace, which includes lo-fi music playlists to get you in flow, quick breathing breaks, guided meditations, and hundreds of soothing sleep stories. I know, sleep. We don't want you sleeping at work, but we do want you to get a great night's sleep the night before that big meeting or that big pitch, or you're working on that great project. So they even have programs tailored for mental health and productivity, like their Mindfulness at Work series. Millions of employees at over 600 companies like Lincoln, Iterable, and Universal Studios use Calm for Business. Obviously, you guys know I'm an investor in Calm. I've loved the product forever, and I've always wondered, when are they going to get into the enterprise? Well, here they are. So right now, Calm is offering a free well-being ebook for HR and benefit leaders, and 1 month free after you attend a free demo at calm.com/twist. That's right, a free ebook and 1 month free after attending a free demo at calm.com/twist. Once again, get started today, calm.com/twist. Thanks again to Calm for making such great products.